first League One home win in 10 years. Not a bad way to start.
Yeah, great win. We have to make the most of them. We don't know how many League One wins we'll get this season, especially at home. I said before the game it wasn't a revenge mission in any way. It was a statement that our home form needs to be strong again this season in the League One campaign. I thought we started the game relatively well in terms of just being competitive, and then as always against a match-up team and a front foot team like Port Vale are, it's going to be one mistake or one moment of quality, and that was an outstanding moment of quality from Harry Kite, something he's probably not renowned for, with no disrespect to him, but he hit that ball so cleanly, and that was an example of my message at half time, that he just committed to that moment, and we needed to commit to more moments in that first half, and we improved our second half display and won the game comfortably.
You say Harry Kite's not renowned for that, but it's very similar to his goal against Bristol Rovers last season. Now I think at Swindon in the Papa John's he scored from outside the box as well. Skill.
You know, that's a spinning ball in the air. It's probably gone 20 yards in the air. He kept control of it. He didn't try and overhit it. He's put it exactly where I hope he wanted it to go. I'm delighted for him. I'm sure eyebrows would have been raised when I selected him in the team to start with, but I felt that was a perfect game for Harry Kite to play in, and it was outstanding. He came off with a bit of a tight calf, which is always a worry. Actually, Collins hasn't trained all week with a tight calf as well, so we're at a bit of a low physically and squad size-wise, but what a fantastic performance. And I said before, we didn't score against the opposition all last season, so to put 4 past them, I'm so pleased today.
I think we're running out of superlatives to describe Giovanni Brown. Another outstanding performance from him.
Well, I think other people are starting to take notice, to be honest with you. I've probably harped on for long enough that he's a quality player. Substance of his game is running. I spoke to a scout there from the Premier League last week, and he said to me he didn't realise he was that quick. Probably because he's not run enough in his career to date. We've got him running, we've got him working hard for the team. He's our talisman top on the pitch. He was on hand to score the penalty, and then a really good team goal for the third.
It was, you said last week at Lincoln, the first half performance was there, perhaps let down in the second half, but that was a complete both half performance.
I said we'd get better, wouldn't I? I said we'd improve. We looked fitter, and people weren't cramping up after an hour mark or blowing up. But you know, the pressure was on the opposition because we were ahead. They had to change, something we weren't able to do against Port Vale this 3 months ago in that game where we played an hour trying to break them down and we couldn't quite do it. So it's not a nice thing having to come away from your true identity and having to change too much, and then all of a sudden there was more space on that football pitch, and you know, you've got to utilise that space, and we did that in the second half, and 4-0 looks a comfortable scoreline, but it's never comfortable against Port Vale. One big thing from today is any botched entries, either our centre halves dealt with it or our goalkeeper was a severe presence, hopefully to put opposition players off, because I won't like a clash against them.
Defensively, a very mature performance as well from Diabate and from Alex Hartridge.
Yes, almost perfect. Czech's got to learn certain moments in the first half. He picked up his booking as well, as did Pierce Sweeney, who's a more experienced one. There's 6 academy products in that starting lineup. I've got my captain MJ from the academy on the bench as well, so that's Dan Green's group. I said to him today, I'm not sure he'll ever get to see the 6 of them on the pitch again like that and function like that, but they were outstanding. Hartridge and Sparks, combination there. Collins and Kite, Diabate, Josh Key, almost household names now, but there are academy players. No other team at any level of football is doing that with academy players.
I know Jamal Batman was perhaps 50-50 for this game, but he looked really assured, really strong, excellent kicking. He looks like an excellent asset to the club.
When he gets his ankle right, he'll give a kick it a lot longer than that and a lot further. He played well, pleased he's got the clean sheet. Always important you have a good home debut, especially in front of the big bank. Already felt like he was a hero before the game started with the away fans, where they must have been desperate for a goalkeeper. So, but he's a big presence. I think you've seen why we brought him to the football club, and he's made saves as well. And I wanted his personality and his presence to go through the team and give everyone confidence. So a pleasing debut, but that's just a start for him.
Obviously, we don't know how the next 44 games in League One are going to go, but it's important that the fans leave tonight entertained, and I think that's what they were.
Yeah, you know, walking around clapping them there, we've got to make the most of it. You know, hopefully we'll win more home games and pick up more points, but 4 points from the opening 2 games is a fantastic return, and we have to enjoy these moments. I said to the players after the game, I hoped I'd feel differently in the games this season. You know, less pressure and less expectation and less angst in myself on the touchline. Within the first 10 minutes of the game, I realised that wasn't true. I was going to feel exactly the same, and our fans have got to go through that feeling and that journey along with us. Ups and downs, highs and lows, mistakes, honesty at the forefront, a whole host of endeavour, and we've had a little bit of quality. This team, like I said last week, should still get better. We're still looking to improve it in terms of squad size and depth and quality players, and we've still got Sam Stubbs to come in and affect it. But I'm so pleased that group of players from last season has put us in this position after 2 games, because if we hadn't picked up the points in the first 2 games, the questions would have been a lot stronger from you guys in relation to recruitment and our plan moving forward.
You look at the last game against Port Vale here at the end of last season and today, 2 different games, one with an aspect of pressure on it, one without much pressure on it, and 2 completely different results.
Because there's huge pressure on it. We know that if we are to survive and to be a sustainable League One club, our home form has to be strong, and that was my message to the players before the game. I think we lost 3 home games last season, 5 the season before, 1 the season before that. So in the last 3 seasons, you count on your 2 hands how many home games we've lost, and that's been our mainstay of our promotion charges. Now we've got to be realistic in what we're trying to achieve in the league this season, and the mainstay of that will be our home form.
Looking ahead now to Tuesday's game in the Carabao Cup, I know you've mentioned the likes of Sam Stubbs will get game time in that one. Is that a game you'll be mainly focused on getting minutes for those who haven't yet played?
No, we want to win a game. We'll get minutes into the ones who need the minutes, but it's a game we want to go and win. We want a cup competition, a cup run to go alongside our League One campaign, something we've not had enough of over the years, and certainly in my tenure at the football club. So we're targeting a win. Obviously, of course, there'll be changes. Sam Stubbs does need a game, probably MJ, possibly Jake Caprice, but they're not going to make the team weaker. I still want the team to look like it did today and last weekend, and as it was on the best times of pre-season, because we have to stay true to our identity. So we're looking forward to Tuesday night. We won't risk anyone. I said about Harry Kite coming off of a calf and Archie Collins and Shane this week, but even Keggs making his league debut. Congratulations to him, and he's one we can build and work on. So we're moving in the right direction.
Okay.